For Minecraft World is made out of 16 by 16 areas known as chunks, and each chunk contains an average of over 98,000 blocks, which is why I'll probably regret today's idea of destroying an entire chunk inside of my 2.5-year-old Minecraft Hardcore world. And I've actually already got the perfect area in mind. And no, it's not going to be around the area that I've spent the last 2,400 in-game Minecraft days building in. And the exact chunk that I want to destroy is this one right here, for a very specific reason that I'll get into later on in the video. And for reference, I'm in the west of my Minecraft Hardcore world, with my base being all the way over here. And this was mainly done because I really don't want to look at an ugly, empty chunk right next to my base. But I guess now I do have to start digging, after I kill this horse quickly, because it is incredibly ugly. Problem solved. However, first I'm going to be breaking the #1 rule of Minecraft, digging straight down, as it allows me to destroy one entire part of a chunk, but it also lets me build an entire beacon here, as I'm definitely going to need some haste to make the mining process a lot quicker. Oh hey, I found some diamonds as well. And there we go, that should be the beacon fully activated, so I can put in an iron ingot and set it to haste 2, which will definitely help to destroy the chunk a bit easier. But there we go, we should now have haste 2 for this entire chunk, making things like stone much easier to break. And one more thing I'll add just outside of this chunk is just a ton of double chests for all of the blocks that I collect, as I do plan on collecting every single resource that I pick up. I can also leave my shulker box and an ender chest here as well. But I guess now it is time to destroy every block in this chunk. However, first I will be using my shears to pick up all of this short grass, as when I said I'll be collecting every block inside of this chunk, I meant it. Obviously there could be stuff I can't pick up, like a bit of budding amethyst for example, but everything else I'll try my best to pick up. So all of these dandelions, all of these bits of short grass will have to be picked up. Actually, the only thing I can't really pick up is this tall grass. It just breaks into 2 short grass pieces. But honestly, that doesn't matter too much. We can always bone meal it. But to be honest, I'm not planning on rebuilding this chunk anywhere, so it doesn't really matter. There we go. I think that's all the foliage collected. Yeah, it looks like it. So I guess now I can start by moving some grass blocks out of the way. We can flatten this out a bit. And I can also sleep to wake up on day 2460. And as I begin to destroy this chunk, make sure to subscribe. It actually took a few layers, but now this chunk is properly flattened out. It also looks like we've got company around here. A few pillagers. Luckily, as of Minecraft 1.21, they're not too much of an issue, as you just get an ominous bottle. There we go. Yeah, pillagers aren't an issue to me at all anymore. And to be honest, I really don't want this banner. I guess I'll keep the ominous bottle. I'll just stick it in my beacon box for now, and we can actually take these resources out. And to be fair, we've already filled out a decent amount of a chest. We've got a lot of grass and dirt already, a few flowers, already some tough and deep slate from digging out for beacon, but now we're sort of getting onto the stone layer. And I've also just realised we're on level 73 right now, and we've got to take this down to at least -60. This is going to take such a long time, but I guess it's time to start digging again. And whilst I'm digging out more of this chunk, I'll set a challenge. If this video somehow manages to get 100 likes, I will destroy a 50 by 50 area all the way down to bedrock. And there we go, I'm now down at Y54, which isn't too bad. Wow, it actually looks really deep now that I'm looking at it. And my inventory's full, as well as these 2 shulker boxes I've got on me, as having to constantly come up here is just going to be annoying, so I might as well just fill up my shulker boxes, and then come up once everything's full. And yep, that's a lot of stone. Yeah, something tells me I'm going to be needing more double chests than that, because that's a lot of blocks already. And how many, we've not even done that many layers. But as I did mention earlier on in the video, there is a special reason why I'm digging right here. But I'll get into that a little bit later on, once we've dug down a little bit further. Speaking of which, it's time to continue digging, with my pickaxe already at half health. But to be honest, I'm probably just going to have to keep repairing a silk touch one, as I don't really want to mine with fortune, as I'd rather just pick up stone and ores than cobblestone and like 50 bits of raw copper each block. There we go, down to level 44, and as you can probably see, my netherite pickaxe is taking a lot of damage. Taking a look at the durability, it's on 195 out of 2031. I could definitely get a couple layers removed still because of the fact it's got on breaking. However, it's probably worth just going back to my base to repair it. As I did mention, I don't really want to use fortune, as it means I get cobblestone rather than stone. And I've already got a lot of cobblestone. I'd rather just keep collecting the stone. Did not realize all these chests would already be full. And there's a lot of stuff in this shulker box to get rid of. One of the sort of things I've noticed about this hardcore world as well is I've just not really made extra backup tools. Like, I still just rely on my first set of netherite tools. I've not really made, like, loads more, like, new netherite pickaxes. Which, to be honest, I should probably do at some point. It sort of makes sense. In fact, maybe in my toolbox I have, like, a spare. Yeah, I've got the smooth operator, just a diamond one, though. I could probably turn that into netherite at some point. To be fair, I've got a lot of netherite. But it's probably worth just heading back to my base for now. I was close to falling in the chunk, actually. And wow, it does look quite deep already, which I'm happy with. But obviously, we've got a long way to go. But I'll head back to my base now just to repair this pickaxe. And whilst I do that, make sure to subscribe, as I want to see how many subscribers I can be on by the end of the year. Alright, I'm now back in my industrial district, but whilst I'm here, I'm also going to pick up 2 more shulker boxes, just so I can store extra stuff, so I don't need to keep going back up to the chests. And perfect, I have a stack of iron blocks, as this is honestly the way I get the most XP to repair my tools. I just go to my villager trading hall, and just trade iron ingots with my toolsmith villagers, as it generates me 16 blocks of emeralds each time, plus gives me enough XP, usually to repair my tools, although, to be honest, I don't think this pickaxe is going to get fully repaired. Slightly annoying, maybe I shouldn't have bothered like repairing my shovel and my shears and things, but at least we can get a bit more XP, which will be useful. But I'm pretty sure they should have restocked, yes. So I can now just grab out an extra stack of iron blocks, and just do the whole trade cycling again. There we go, that's actually it fully repaired now, which is very useful. There we go, that's an extra 16 blocks of emeralds as well, which I'll definitely take. And all of those emerald blocks right there are from just trading with villagers. And each 16 of these emerald blocks represents a stack of iron blocks. So I've collected a lot of iron, which I've just gotten rid of. But to be fair, I do have an iron farm, so it doesn't matter too much. And to be honest, whilst I'm here, it does make quite a lot of sense to just create a new netherite pickaxe. I didn't get the netherite ingot out. Forgot I had to do that. Honestly, I don't think I've really made new netherite tools since the introduction of the smithing upgrade, or the netherite upgrade. So there we go, though. We can create a brand new netherite pickaxe with a smooth operator, silk touch, efficiency 5, unbreaking 3, and mending. But to be honest, it could probably be just chucked back in my ender chest for now, as I'll get it out once I need it. And you know what? Is it worth at some point as well just making like a full shulker box full of like enchanted diamond tools? And hey, it looks like that's my favorite tropical fish right there. I'll definitely take that. There we go. The cotton candy better. Genuinely, it's just my favorite tropical fish. I don't know why I like it so much. It looks just quite cool. I will pick it up before it dies though. And I'll just chuck it in this barrel. Someone remind me it's in there. Maybe we could build it at home at some point. But anyway, let's head back over to the chunk. And taking a quick look at my statistics, grass blocks are my most mined block with 132,000, with stone at 102,000. So let me know what you think. How much stone will we end up mining by the end of the video? I definitely think we'll get above grass. I don't know if we'll get to 150,000 though. I'm not sure. To be fair, there's a lot of deep slate as well. How much of that have I mined? 7,000. Oh, we can definitely get deep slate above 10,000. Probably above 15,000 to be honest. As there is like roughly 98,000 blocks per chunk. And a lot of that will be deep slate. Just because of how much there is. And I'm also very glad I've dug this all out in a plains biome, as it means there won't be like some sort of ancient city or something beneath me, as I don't really want to deal with deep dark. Anyway, let's float back down here and continue digging out a chunk. There we go, we're now down to Y18, which is pretty good. Wow, it's going to take more than a firework to get out of here soon. And I have filled up all 4 shulker boxes now, which means I'm definitely going to need more double chests, which is slightly annoying, but I guess we can continue filling them up for now. And for some reason, from one of the parts of the chunk, I got so much diorite, which to be honest, I won't really complain with, as it is a decent looking block, and I'll definitely build with it at some point in the future. And that's actually all 4 double chests already filled up, which is quite impressive. So I'll get out a few more just to add along the back. To be honest, we're definitely going to need more than this eventually, but we'll expand it as we sort of continue digging. And yeah, that's just so much stone. Honestly, I don't think I'll ever end up building with every single block of this. At least I won't have to go resource gathering for a long time though, especially for things like andesite and granite. I'm glad I'm getting quite a lot of that as well. And to be fair, a fair amount of dirt as well, although in a video I did last year, I did mine like 11,000 blocks of dirt, so I don't really need that. And yeah, that's a big drop now. But the fact that we've still got to go like over 80 blocks. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have started this project. Maybe it was slightly a bad idea. But off I went again, destroying more and more blocks. There we go. I'm now on my second netherite pickaxe, and we've officially reached the top layer of deep slate. At Y level 8, we've also found another cave here, it looks like, which I'm pretty sure I saw when I was digging down the beacon. And that's a lot of hostile mobs that I don't want to deal with right now. So we can fly back up. In fact, we're actually going to have to fly quite a bit of a way up. Wow. We've dug quite far now. I think, honestly, that drop would also kill me, so I've got to be very cautious. How many shulker boxes? I only filled up 2 doing that, so it's not too bad. But I'm going to empty these out, and then I'm going to go back to my base and repair up my netherite pickaxe. One thing I've noticed from all of this as well is we get a load of different ores. We've got loads of like iron and loads of coal now, which I'm definitely not going to complain about. That's quite good. But where is my netherite pickaxe? It should be in here, the silk scribe. So I'll take both of these and I'll find one of my XP farms to use. And if I was smarter about setting up this whole chunk mining process, I would have built a nether portal here, but can't really be bothered. You know what? Maybe it is worth setting up a nether portal if I head back to my base and then go on the nether roof. Maybe that's a good idea. In fact, it's probably a very good idea, so I'll build a nether portal here quickly. There we go. This nether portal right here should now link to the chunk area. But first, I do want to fly up into my gold farm right here, just to repair up my tools. And to be honest, as this is a gold farm, it should be able to repair my stuff very quick. Or at least much quicker than the villagers were able to. And there we go, that's both pickaxes now fully repaired, so we can just fly up. And I'm pretty sure the portal was... yeah, it's right there, perfect. I'll be honest, I was thinking about it, and for mining the deep slate, I don't really want to use silk touch. Because actual deep slate blocks aren't very useful. I mean, you can build with them, but cobble deep slate is much more useful as you can craft things like the bricks and polish blocks from it. So it's probably worth just using a fortune pickaxe on it. I will continue to fortune ores, but I think for the majority of the deep slate, I'll probably just fortune it, just because it's more useful to build with later on. But without further ado, let's just jump back down here, and it's actually going to take such a long time to glide down here, as there's no way I'm like landing with a water bucket or something. That's just a stupid way to die. Wow, we're still so high up compared to how low down this is. All the way down at Y level 8. But I guess, let's continue digging. Whilst digging out this next bit, I realised how lucky I was that there was a cave directly underneath this chunk. It just makes it so much easier to destroy a lot of it, as there's just a lot of air blocks now. One thing I've definitely realised is just how boring it is to mine deep slate because you can't insta-mine it. But there we go. We're at Y minus 11, and well, we've cleared out a lot of deep slate. Obviously, there was a cave in the way, but that is so painful to do. It's just so slow. I really miss just mining the stone now, because that just took such a long time. Looks like we're filling up another chest, and I did accidentally mine 1 block of iron ore with my fortune rather than my silk touch pickaxe. But honestly, it doesn't matter too much, as I'll just be fortuning the ores at some point anyway. But there we go, we can just chuck the rest of the stuff I've got in. I'm going to have to get more chests soon. But to be honest, most of this, or most of the rest of it, wow, that's a big drop now. But I'm pretty sure the rest of this will be just deep slate. There'll probably be some toughened gravel and a few ores, but now we're on to deep slate. So there's no like dirt, there's not going to be granite or andesite or diorite or anything. It's just deep slate, which... that's going to take so long, especially that's minus 11. We've got to go down to at least minus 60. We're probably further because I want to dig out all of the bedrock as well. And it's probably now time to reveal why I'm even digging out this chunk specifically right here. As this chunk is actually a slime chunk, which are rare spawns across your Minecraft world which have a chance of spawning slimes in them. Luckily this chunk right here is a slime chunk. I haven't seen any slimes yet, but hopefully eventually they can start spawning. As to be honest, in the future I'd love to set up a slime farm, so digging out an entire slime chunk felt like a good idea. Rather than just digging out some random chunk, I might as well deliberately dig out a slime chunk. But also, let me know in the comments, what should I even do with this? Obviously, I do want to build a slime farm, but I also should probably decorate this chunk as well, because just leaving a massive hole in the ground, especially just in the middle of nowhere, just looks really ugly. So what should I do? Should I build like a sort of corrupted area of my world, as if there was a village around it maybe? Or like a research area? I don't know. If you have any ideas, let me know in the comments. But I guess it's time now to continue the dig. Oh, this is going to take such a long time. And there we go, after a very long time of digging out deep slate, we're down a few more layers, precisely -15, and I've actually found my first diamonds. I mean, we did find some somewhere down that beacon hole right there, but these are the first ones I found digging out this chunk. Surprised it's taken that long, to be honest, but we are sort of just entering deep slate level. Hopefully we find a few more diamonds, but then again, I'm not destroying this entire chunk to get some diamonds, as there's about a million other much better ways to get diamonds than destroying an entire chunk. But at least we managed to get a lot of deep slate. Definitely can't complain about that. A very useful building block, obviously. But guess what time it is? It's time to dig out more of this chunk. And with that, we're now down at Y -20, which isn't too bad. Also looks like we've found some more diamond ore here. I've already got one more in my inventory, and I managed to pick up 3 more whilst digging this out. And it's going to take us 2 fireworks to get out. I can imagine by the end of it, it's going to take 3 or 4. And also, it seems like we're about to move on to another chest. And somehow as well, I managed to pick up some raw iron. I must have just accidentally broken an iron ore block, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, let's be honest. And I guess I can continue digging this hole. But to be honest, I should probably go to the nether first, just to repair all my tools, so I don't need to have to stop halfway through mining. I might as well get as much done as possible now. Now, where's my gold farm? Oh, it's right behind me. Perfect. And to be honest, my pickaxe doesn't even look too broken. Maybe it's because I've barely mined any deep slate yet, just because of how long it takes. That's probably why, because you can't insta-mine it, unfortunately. That's like sort of my biggest thing I want now in Minecraft, just to be able to insta-mine the deep slate. But at least we can get some XP from this gold farm. And I'm pretty sure this is getting patched very soon, which is why I'm spending quite a lot of time here just gathering the XP and gathering a little bit more gold in these chests. There we go. Perfect. We can already leave, as it's a very loud farm, and it's also a bit terrifying just sitting in the middle with hundreds of angry zombified piglins trying to kill me. I mean, I doubt they can attack me or even get to me at all, but still feels a bit risky. I guess now it's probably time to continue digging. And there we go, that's now a lot more digging done. I've got an inventory full of cobbled deep slate and things. This shulker box has some in it. And then this entire shulker box here has loads, as well as some diamond ore. And annoyingly, I did mine past some diamonds, but they're in the wall, so I can't really do anything about it. But to be honest, it does look quite cool just having loads of different ores down the wall. And obviously I could pick them up if I really wanted diamonds, but honestly I'm not in need of that many diamonds on this world. And that took 2 fireworks to get out. And as I said, don't really need diamonds. I've just got a stack of deep slate diamond ore in my shulker box inside my ender chest. I should probably do something with that, but also I don't really know what to do with like hundreds of diamonds. But let's sleep and wake up on day 2473. And now I should probably organize my inventory once again. And to be honest, I'm definitely going to need to expand these chests some more. But anyway, it's time to continue digging. It's now day 2477. I'm on -42, and I managed to find some more diamonds, which is pretty cool. But I've also managed to fill up 2 shulker boxes and a half full of deep slate and things, so it's probably time to head back up to the surface. And we can also see how many fireworks it's going to cost. I've also now got my Jack Black cape on. That's so weird to look at still, but the actual cape itself looks really nice. Let's see how many fireworks though. 1, 2, 3. Okay, it takes 3 fireworks to fly out still. It's not too bad. I reckon it will get to 4 by the time we have to leave the next time. Did I fill up all these chests? I can't remember. Okay, there's a bit more space in here, just to fill up with loads of deep slate. Honestly, quite glad I've collected all this deep slate though. other than the fact it's taken so long to mine. It's going to be so useful for building in the future. But there we go, that's another double chest almost filled up. And we've still got a long way to mine still. And that's such a big drop now. I've got to be really careful I don't fall in. But honestly, just mining deep slate now is getting so boring. I know there are other ways I could do it, like moss, but I'd rather just collect all the deep slate. I've got moss farms. I'd rather just collect deep slate. However, there is one more possible solution I could try. All I need to do is place down a crafting table, and I can craft up a bunch of TNT, as I think it's time to start exploding some of this chunk, as it will still gather me all the resources I need, and it will definitely speed up the rest of this mining. And it's not like I'm short on gunpowder or sand anyway. But before I start exploding this chunk, make sure to subscribe. And it also looks like the sun is slowly setting, so it's probably time to sleep. Never mind, come on. Then we can wake up on day 2700, if I can ever get to sleep, that is. 2478. There we go. And now I guess we need to get the bow out to activate this TNT. But we can slowly start gliding down. It's going to take so long because I'm not risking jumping down or like throwing an ender pearl or something. I'd much rather fly. Oh, all these stone layers. I miss mining these so much because it's so quick. Every time I get to like tuff or gravel, I get so excited. Just because of how much quicker it is. Wow, this cave really just cuts out a lot of it. There we go though, almost down, hopefully. There are diamonds in the wall, so I've got to be very careful not to explode those. But I guess what we could try and do is if we do something like this, jump, and then explode a bit of TNT. How much damage does that even do? It literally does a 3x3, so it's probably not very effective. Let's do something like that again. Make sure to block with the shield though. Maybe we can dig through, I guess. Yeah, it does a 3x3 of deep slate every time. What if we try something like this with the gravel? There we go. Let's run away. That should do a lot more, right? Wow, that's a big area already cleared. We do get a bit of flint, but it's not too much of an issue. Honestly, though, I don't know how much this is going to speed everything up. Unless we do that. Leave. Because that blows up that area. So that. So every 2, move along and place some TNT. 2. I don't want all of that gone, though. So, unless. Can we place. I guess we do one here. This is probably really risky to do. I've just realised we have lost a bit of deep slate doing it as well. There we go, though. Do manage to pick up quite a few blocks, which is always good. This might be the effective way of doing it, to be honest. There we go. It definitely saves durability as well, which I definitely won't complain about. There we go. Although it's quite expensive to use a lot of TNT, so I don't know how much I will be doing this. Definitely makes a mess, but that's really cool that it just does explode like a 3x3 area. So if we do the same here, and I guess we could do one like this. Gotta be very careful I don't get stuck with a block of TNT. I shouldn't die because I've got blast protection for leggings, but kind of don't want to risk it. So now I really want to be careful of these diamonds, so I guess we do something like, oop, space, TNT. And we can gather some more deep slate as well. Almost filled the inventory up. And then now that's done, I guess we can sort of dig around a bit more. To be honest, that's probably fine to do right there. And then we're sort of near the beacon, so it's probably not a great area to do it. Okay, and then I guess we can just dig the rest of this out quickly. Shouldn't take too long. And obviously I can pick up the gravel as well. And instant mine some haystack and gravel, that's really satisfying. And then back to the slow deep slate mining. One day we'll get instant mine deep slate, I really hope so. But to be honest, after digging out this entire chunk, I'm not going to need much deep slate anymore, so honestly I won't be that bothered. But this is a reminder, if this video... Oh wow, loads of diamonds. It's sad I can't pick them up. But this is a reminder, if this video does get 100 likes, I'll be destroying a 50x50 area. That's going to be fun, isn't it? To be honest with that, I would use moss mining or something, because it definitely speed it up. But for this, I just want to collect loads of deep slate. Basically, so I never have to do it again. There we go, I've now dug down to level 45. There are some gaps, but we can just fill that out with TNT. So I think as it is a 3x3 area, if we do something like this, So that gets destroyed, that one does. So we do need to do 2 in between each bit of TNT. Something like that. Break 2. Something like that. And then I guess we're probably not going to have enough TNT, but oh well. Do this. Like that. There we go. So that's a full square. Now the question is, let's look at it from up here if we can. Oh, they don't chain react. Never mind. I was getting really panicky in case it all exploded at once, but oh well, we're going to have to set them off one by one, unfortunately. Although that's not too much of an issue, I guess. So I guess let's just do it one by one, then we can make sure to pick up all the blocks. There we go. Do that. I'm a bit stuck now, unfortunately, but well. There we go. Or I guess we can break blocks. Let's just do them all at the same time. It's more fun that way. Why just string? And it looks like it does no damage to the walls as well, which is really satisfying. And it looks like we can pick up all the blocks as well, which is very useful. So let's do this. This. Missed though. Ouch. I don't really need this piece of string. Oh, I did not expect it to explode then. Oh, I missed that one though. Okay. And then we can run back through. Pick up a load of cobble deep slate. So much that my inventory is pretty much full of it now. But we can luckily chuck it all in the shulker box. Dig out this. 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 And then there's one more, but it's by the top, so I reckon it damages the wall slightly. Oh wow, we found some more diamonds as well. Perfect. Definitely won't complain about that. You know what? I'll pick up that bit of TNT and just dig this bit out because tuff's quick to mine. And so it doesn't make a hole in this wall, or a mess at least. So now I guess down like this. 2 across. Like that. Down here, 2 across. Let's just do something like this, I guess. There we go. And then, yeah, we can fit one here. Let's just blow it all up. Oh, make sure to use a shield as much as possible. Don't fancy dying from my own bits of TNT. That would not be ideal. There's a bit of TNT. There's a bit of TNT. There's a bit of TNT. Let's jump here. Blow up. Blow up. And blow up. And then we can collect a whole load more deep slate, which is good. Unfortunately, it leaves a bit of a mess, but we can clear that up pretty simply. And I guess now we can also collect some diamonds. How many will there be? Oh, of course, it's an 8 vein, but it's built into the wall. That's so annoying. Oh, that's really annoying. Wow, we found a load of diamonds. There's 2 up there, 4 there, 4 more there. Wow, found a load of diamonds doing all of this. So maybe it is worth mining an entire chunk, because you end up getting a load of diamonds. There we go. Mining all the rest of that deep slate has brought us down. Has now brought us down to minus 48, which is good. Only a few more layers after this, which is good. And then we reach a beacon. And some more diamonds. I completely forgot we found those at the beginning of the video. And there we go. Still 3 fireworks to get out. But I think, honestly, it might be worth it, just for the last little bit, to just TNT mine, because it's so much quicker. And I will quickly head back to my industrial district where all my storage is, so then I can craft some more TNT in order to do the rest of this chunk mine. As we're very close to finishing now, which is good. And we're also now on day 2479. Getting very close now to day 2500 as well. There we go, we can craft a stack of TNT, which is very good. Hopefully that's all we'll need. I mean, worst case, I will just continue mining with my pickaxe normally for the last few layers, but this TNT is definitely going to speed it up a lot. I also still can't get over this elytra. It's just so funny. It literally just got Jack Black's face in Minecraft. But the actual cape itself, I really like this nether portal design. So I'm just going to continue to use it for now. And if I'm going to be honest, I'm so happy I managed to set up this nether portal system. It just makes traveling there so much quicker. Like, we're already back here already. Whereas if I was flying in the overworld, I would have spent so many fireworks. This just makes it so much more efficient. And now we need to slowly and safely get all the way down. One thing I am very grateful for as well with this is we found no lava yet. I'm saying yet because it can still appear right at the bottom of a world. But we've not found any lava at all so far, which is really nice. I mean, to be fair, there's some lava right there. Luckily, it didn't flow in, which I'm happy about. But I'm really happy we just haven't found lava anywhere else. Otherwise, it would have been such a pain to clear out. Look how high up diamonds spawn as well. Like, there's some all the way up there, although it's fairly deep in the world still. Anyway, what do we need to do? Get the bow out first. Fortune pickaxe. And then do something a bit like this. Alright, I sort of placed it everywhere expecting there to be a chain reaction, but there's not, which is quite nice. It makes it a lot safer. But once again, we can just run around lighting all these bits of TNT on fire to create a massive explosion, which is getting really loud and really close. There we go. And then we can just run back along, picking up all of the deep slate. And there we go. We're now down on minus 51, which I definitely can't complain about. And we have found some diamonds at last, or once again. Luckily, we can pick them up this time. And I'm going to have to get rid of his water now. We've just got to be very careful we don't explode this beacon. Shouldn't be too much of an issue, though. And then I guess, let's just do the same TNT method as before. Because it's definitely much more efficient. Oh, and I managed to dig straight on top of diamonds again. So I will just silk touch all of these. Wow, that's a lot. And there's also some redstone right here. Got to make sure it's not on the chunk wall, which it isn't. So I can pick all of it up. There we go, that's once again all the TNT placed in. And to be honest, this time it probably makes a bit more sense if I quickly grab out a flint and steel so I can just run along and do it. Rather than worrying about missing my bow shot every time. This is still terrifying to do. And it's so loud as well. Why is it just lighting them on fire? There. And then I guess we can just run through, picking up all the deep slate as well. Wow, more diamonds. Perfect. Definitely won't complain about this. I've added down some more TNT now, so let's just instantly blow it all up. Hope we don't cause too much of a mess, especially to the beacon. Do not want to damage that now, as I really don't want to have to end up ever fighting another wither. Although I'm sure I will have to at some point. Luckily, it looks like we've got loads of tuff, which should be very quick to mine. And set myself on fire. There we go. Oh, one more bit there to blow up. Is that bit going to explode? Yep. There we go. It's still quite a bit of a mess we have to clean up, but oh well. You know what? We can just use TNT for a lot of it, though. I mean, as long as it doesn't blow up my beacon. This might be getting a bit too close for it. So let's just place a water bucket there. Just so we don't destroy, like we just did, destroy some iron blocks. We can just place them back, though. There we go. That's now the last of my TNT placed down. So let's just quickly light it all up and not set myself on fire, preferably. And I should probably use my shield. There we go. Oh, it looks like we've taken out a lot of this wall here, but I can fix that in a second. And to be honest, there's not too much more deep slate now to mine around this beacon. And then we're pretty much down to the bottom because I'm already now on minus 57. There we go. I've now uncovered pretty much this entire beacon. But I am just going to leave it here for the haste boost, as it does speed us up a lot. But we're now down on minus 58, which I definitely can't complain about. And I guess it's time to continue digging. As you may notice, we're now down on Y minus 59, which is the beginning of bedrock. Meaning it is now time to take down this beacon, as I'm going to destroy all of these blocks, just leaving all of this bedrock to remain. So I guess it's time to take down this beacon, which is going to take a surprisingly long amount of time because iron blocks are a pain to mine. And there we go, that's the beacon now destroyed, meaning we've only got a few more layers now to get rid of. However, first I do want to fly up, and surprisingly it still only takes 3 rockets, but I mainly wanted to get back up here so I could put my other beacon away. But I guess finally we've just got to get rid of all of the stones and things around the deep slate, and then we can be done with destroying an entire chunk in my Minecraft hardcore world. And there we go, that's an entire chunk managed to be dug out inside of my 2,482 day old Minecraft hardcore world. I've got to be very careful I don't fall into any of these random gaps of bedrock, as it could mean I can't escape. Luckily I can escape out of this bit. But there we go. What should I even do with this area? It is a slime chunk, as I did mention earlier on. So we could do something to do with a slime farm, maybe? I don't know. But what should we do? I am thinking about just filling it in with water, though, for now. Just in case I do end up falling down. So I can survive. Or because I technically do need to fall down. As there is one advancement I haven't managed to ever get in this hardcore world. Caving cliffs, falling from the top of a world. All the way up there. Right down to the bottom of bedrock. So maybe we could try that at some point. But now, will it still take 3 fireworks? I'm quite curious. Ooh, just about. 3 fireworks to get out of that. But there we go. I've managed to destroy an entire chunk in hardcore Minecraft. Let's check out the statistics. Most mined. Stone's quite far up there now. Deep slate. That was on 7,000 before. We've done an extra 10,000 blocks of deep slate. That's quite insane. How much tough? 5,700. Yeah, we've mined a lot. And obviously, all of these double chests are full up with deep slate, stones, diorite, different ores and things. And to answer the question, will I move them? Nah, probably not. I'll collect all the ores. I'll make sure to mine all of them up at some point for a video. But am I going to ever bother coming here to collect all the shulker boxes full of deep slate and things? Honestly, only when I need these materials. I don't really plan on coming back for all of it, because look how much stuff we've got. We've dug out so much. Oh, that's just going to take ages to travel back to my main base. Plus, I don't even have a storage for all of it. Now, let's see. How many diamonds did we manage to collect? And looking through all of the chests, it looks like we found a total of 24 deep slate diamond ore, which I definitely cannot complain about. And I should probably harvest them all at some point, but that can be for a different video. If you enjoyed today's video, though, make sure to subscribe, and feel free to leave a like on this video, but you don't have to, because I really don't want to destroy an entire 50 by 50 area. But there we go. We've destroyed an entire chunk. Look how cool that looks. This was honestly quite a fun project. It took a while, but I enjoyed it. So if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to subscribe, and who knows, maybe I will do something like this again in the future. Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe.